Hi there, I'm Brandon Solomon. I just got back from a great trip in the Dominican. I want to take you on a little tour, show you what I did, and just give you a short overview of what it took to get from that little seed all the way to this finished product right here. Let's take a look and see all the steps involved. First step is making the seedlings. As you can see, they're tiny. These are only about 15 days old. They're made in these barns, and you can see everything in the barn is made naturally. From there, the seeds are taken and they're placed into the fields, where they'll grow and mature into the leaves that make these cigars. These leaves grow to about 9 feet, and as you can see, they're quite large. Once they're picked, they're put into these barns, and they're air dried and cured until they become brown. In these barns, it's pretty much all natural weather that cures them, and after they've reached about 45 days, they're sent to the factory where they're compiled and packaged in bundles. As you can see, if you look here, what's happening is the leaves are separated and constantly sorted by the usually ladies who do this, and the cigar leaves are constantly sorted throughout the process, but in this process they're sorted so that they can be pressed and then put into bales. And then these bales are sent finally to the factories, and that's what we're going to visit next. Well, all the leaves have been aged for a significant amount of time, but it's not over. They're taken now to the factory where they're actually rolled, and in this factory they're sorted again. After they're sorted, what happens next is that they are dried out so that they're ready for rolling, and a lot of ammonia comes out of these leaves when they dry. Next up, then they're weighed out and they're sent to a person who bunches the cigar, puts a binder around it, and then puts it into a press. Let's take a look now as we see that this gentleman taking the leaves, binding them, and putting them together, and putting them into a press. And the press is used here plastic. You can use wood or plastic.
Y al piano, Don Rubén González.
After the cigars are pressed for a few hours, they're taken out and given to the roller. And the roller now, as we can see, is going to take a pressed cigar and put the final wrapper leaf on it. This is the most important part because that's what the consumer sees. This is an art form and it shouldn't be taken lightly, and we really try to explain to people all the efforts and labor that go into this from seed to cigar. This next video you can see is a gentleman rolling a double leaf wrapper. Let's take a look at that. After these cigars are rolled, they will be inspected, and after they're inspected, they will be sent to the aging room, which is where we're going to stop next.
En la tierra brilla mucho más que el sol.
El sol te llama a bailar, a gozar.
No le teme a la negrura del visito su espanto. Pienso en mi madre y su encanto me cubre con su ternura.
El amor llega así de esta manera, uno no se da ni cuenta. El caruta reverdece y guamachito.
The aging room is a lot like this humidor. It's a humidified. It's
llega así de esta manera, uno no se da ni cuenta.
humidor. It's a humidified room where the cigars and the tobacco that have been blended can marry together. Now let's take a look inside. We can see all the cigars aging, all these different blends and different flavors coming together. They're aged there for 3 months and then another 3 months in a different room. And then finally after that happens, then they're brought and they're separated by color. And as you can see here, the next step after being separated by color is they're going to be labels put on them. And those are all done by hand. After the labels are all done by hand, then they are boxed and ready to ship out.
Cuando el amor llega así de esta manera, uno no tiene la culpa. Quererse no tiene horario ni fecha en el calendario cuando las ganas se juntan. Cuando el amor llega así de esta manera, uno no tiene la culpa.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this trip. It means a lot for us to share with you what goes into these cigars. They're more than just a product, they're a piece of art, and we hope you appreciate them just as much as we do. Good luck with your smoking, and join us anytime you'd like.
El potro da tiempo al tiempo porque le sobra la edad. Caballo viejo no puede perder la flor que le dan, porque después de esta vida no hay otra oportunidad.